Hey everyone, Clutch Investor back to another video for today. So the FTC is suing Amazon for illegally maintaining its monopoly. Now what basically are the claims here? In short, Amazon's conduct blocks competition, inflates prices, degrades quality, and stifles innovation. The lawsuit is aiming to challenge Amazon's anti-competitive practices. So I'll go over some of the points that are raised by the FTC, who have a great track record at never actually succeeding to do anything when it comes to big tech companies. Then we're also going to talk about the counter argument that Amazon have made. Of course, this will go to court, and eventually I do think that Amazon will again come on top because, well, the points that were raised here are coming from someone that basically has no clue how Amazon actually operates, what it has done to actually achieve the status that it has today. And well, I mean, the track record that it has today, the FTC of today, is really not doing a great job. And if somehow it succeeds with this lawsuit, it's going to hurt the customers more than Amazon. That's for sure. Now, of course, some of you know I personally own Amazon shares. So of course, I'm biased. I am buying more shares as well because I do think that this dip makes absolutely no sense. I'll explain in this video why. Now, first up, I do want to show you the state of Amazon, the stock, not the company, not the FTC lawsuit, just Amazon, the stock. So today, if we look at Amazon, the stock, of course, after the 4% dip, we're now just under $1.3 trillion in market cap. We can see that PE, EV to EBITDA, price to sales in the next 12 months is below its 10-year mean. We're now at a PE of 50.7 times compared to a mean of 120.7 times. EV to EBITDA 13.2 and price to sales 2.2 times. Of course, when we look at price to free cash flow, for the last 12 months, we're still much higher than the mean, but I do think that in the coming quarters, you are going to see this come down extremely fast. Now, why is Amazon, or why has Amazon been so expensive all the time? Well, guess what? Its retail business has not been very profitable. So to say that Amazon is benefiting so much from its unlawful monopoly, you would think that Amazon would be printing money each and every day. But that has not been the case. Because if we look at their last earnings report, you look at net sales in North America. Yes, this quarter finally we have some operating income. But before, no, it was a loss. If we look at internationally, that is still a loss today. Overall, the only reason why net income came in positive right now is because of AWS. But if we look at retail, which is why they're going after Amazon right now, how can they say that Amazon is benefiting so much? Yes, revenue has been going up, but I mean, they have invested billions and billions into their own business to build infrastructure, to build AWS that will help obviously the overall business because they can reinvest those profits to make Prime memberships better, to make the online retail shops better, I mean, advertising, etc., etc. And of course, let's not forget fulfillment by Amazon. These things didn't just pop up out of thin air. No, Amazon itself had to use their money to invest in that. So of course, they're going to charge people a certain amount. Now, let me flip that scenario a little bit. The government, right? They are supposed to invest in infrastructure, roads, healthcare, education, etc., etc. Now, where does that money come from? Taxpayers, right? We work, we make money, we pay taxes in the hopes that the government uses that money in a good way that will make our lives better over time. But it seems to me that that scenario is not really working out that well. We are paying taxes, prices are going up, roads, I mean, where I live, roads aren't that great, healthcare, education, has that become so much better? And yet, debt is rising in the United States, in a lot of other countries as well. So, yeah, if you flip the scenario and you suddenly make Amazon the government and the customers us, the story is a bit different, right? But of course, let's ignore that. Let's go after big tech companies that have made the lives of citizens, the lives of its users, its customers much better over time because, hey, we're here to make your lives worse. But the headlines say that the FTC goes after big tech companies because of its monopolistic practices. Yeah, I disagree. Now, going back, I have highlighted a couple of things here that, it's actually incredible. So we first have this sentence right here. Seldom in the history of the US antitrust law has one case had the potential to do so much good for so many people. Interesting. Because last time I checked, Amazon makes sure that time equals money, meaning they are doing everything they can so that me, the customer, gets my package as fast as possible for as low as a cost as possible. They're also making sure that sellers on Amazon know exactly how to perform better, know exactly how to increase sales. We've talked about that with, by the way, the partnership with Shopify. Does a monopolistic company do partnerships with other companies? I don't think so. Well, what did we see there? Well, we saw that when you offer buy with Prime, you increase conversion, you increase the amount of products that get in the cart. So, is Amazon hurting the customer? Is Amazon hurting sellers? I don't really understand what's going on here. Oh well, let's continue. They continue by raising a couple of points here: anti-discounting measures, conditioning sellers' ability to obtain Prime eligibility for their products, degrading the customer experience by replacing relevant organic search results with paid advertisements, and deliberately increasing junk ads. We live in a world where basically every big company has an advertising business. Google, Meta, Apple, Shopify, everyone has an ads business. And to say that it's degrading the customer experience, first of all, these tech companies know how to target their customers. So yes, sometimes you might get some ads that are a bit annoying. But most of the times, those ads are relevant because those are things that you were searching for. You know where ads are very degrading and are very annoying? On TV, mainstream media. You see something or you watch the news and the news is sponsored by your biggest ad donor, then suddenly ads pop up left, right, and center and you don't really care. But hey, again, this is about big tech and let's ignore all the rest of the industries. Then they say here, charging costly fees on the hundreds of thousands of sellers that currently have no choice but to rely on Amazon to stay in business. Have they done their research? Do they know that Amazon is not the only online shop that exists on this planet? Do they know that the majority of retail still happens offline? Or don't they know that? Well, thank God Amazon answered most of those claims. We're going to have a look in that in just a second. I'm buying more shares. I'm making this my even bigger second largest position in my portfolio. I think the claims here are ridiculous. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. We'll greatly appreciate that. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So Amazon came out with their answer here. So the FTC's lawsuit against Amazon would lead to higher prices and slower deliveries for consumers and hurt businesses. Again, Amazon is guilty. Amazon is guilty of making sure that the customer is happy at the end of the day. So they first start with the bringing low prices to customers. Of course, me, the end customer, loves to see lower prices. Now again, you might say that Amazon forces sellers to lower their prices, and if they don't lower their prices, then yes, sometimes Amazon might have Amazon Basics batteries, right, that are lower than Panasonic or whatever. And yes, sometimes that happens. But hey, they do have best practices, guidelines, etc., etc. You want to advertise, you want to do this pricing, that pricing, you can. You're not forced to do it, just like other stores around the world, around the web, aren't forced to reduce their prices. You go down the street where you live, wherever that be, you go and look at the stores that sell exactly the same thing. You will see different prices. So is anybody forcing them to lower or raise the prices? No. It's just the nature of business. Okay, let's continue. And I do agree that yes, sometimes there have been some claims, and there was proof as well that Amazon is copying products, putting that cheaper, so that might hurt others' business. Guess who does that as well? Apple on the App Store. I mean, this was known for a long, long time, and Apple also takes 30%, by the way, commission for something that right now isn't really that investment intensive anymore. And they also, at the start, maybe they're still doing it, I don't know, apps that were performing very, very well, they were just copying those ads, and then they get ranked much higher, and you put the person out of business. But okay, this is about Amazon. Continuing here, the many ways we work to help independent sellers succeed, including fulfillment by Amazon. Here they put a very, very nice stat that does not only work for Amazon, works for a lot of other great innovative business right now. We need more innovators, more builders, way less referees. So they say here, there are about 500,000 independent businesses of all sizes in the United States who choose to sell on Amazon. And these businesses have created 1.5 million US jobs. Again, these businesses have created 1.5 million US jobs. Not too bad, right? I mean, would be a shame to take away more jobs, just like they did. I mean, where was it? In New York, where Amazon wanted to choose that area for their new HQ, I believe. Didn't work. Okay, you lost jobs. They gave jobs to another area in the United States. Tough luck. Then, talking about third-party sellers, right? Because, I mean, for a monopoly, you would think that it would only be first party, nobody else is allowed there. Well, wrong again. Sellers have gone from 0% to over 60% of sales on Amazon. One hell of a monopoly Amazon is running there. I mean, they're doing a tremendous job at being a monopoly. Yeah, if you want to have a look at the numbers, by the way, you can see this right here. Third-party seller services that has increased 18%, continues to grow much faster than the other segments. Again, this report is really coming from someone that has done zero research. And then last point here, Amazon operates in a thriving retail industry that is dynamic, vibrant, and varied. So the FTC's complaint grossly mischaracterizes the retail industry and the dynamic competition that customers benefit from every day. Consumers today still buy over 80% of all retail products in physical stores. And yet, they ignored that fact. They ignored the fact that Amazon exists, Shopify, Facebook marketplaces, I mean Etsy, Pinterest, Google Shopping, you name it, lots of other websites around the world exist today and are doing great business. Yet, they chose to ignore all of that just so they can have that headline that they're suing a big tech company because it's monopolistic, without actually raising good points, which have been actually debunked in one single report here by Amazon itself. To me, this is a buy the dip type of opportunity. I mean, if they want to have a solid case, they can try again maybe later in the future, but this one, in my opinion, will just fall through yet again. And if somehow they manage to win this case, well, probably lots of people will lose their jobs, probably consumers will start to pay more and more for their products, their lives will become worse and worse, and what do we gain from this? Zero. Nothing. Nothing will be done for the consumer if this lawsuit somehow gets won by the FTC. That's it. The only way a consumer actually wins from this, which is very ironic because the FTC has to look out for the little guy, which they have not really been doing the last couple of years. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think this thing will stand in court, but hey, I've seen crazier things happen in the last couple of years. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.